Good morning, teachers. Today we'll be learning how to use AI in education. So let's see what will we learn today. First, we'll talk about Bard. Second, we'll learn the magic tools of Magicschool.ai. And third, we will learn how to animate our voice and convert our voice into an animated video. At bard.google.com and we come to the home page of Bard. And this is one layout which will actually help us understand how in real life, in our day-to-day teaching learning process, we can use Google Bard in a more creative manner. And in that scenario, we will learn how to actually use Bard in education. So first, we need to think of all the prompts. We need to think how we can create different ways of using Bard in education. So educators can use it to create interactive lesson plans. We can use it for creating some quizzes. And of course, we can use it for creating some assignments for our students, depending upon which grade our students belong to. So step one is to go to enter a prompt here and then start typing the prompt. So the prompt is create an interactive lesson plan for teaching photosynthesis to grade 4. And then Bart will give us an interactive lesson plan, and that plan would include all the important things which are required for a teacher to note, which includes the objectives, what is the material required, what is the procedure. Based on that, we also need to understand how we will assess our students on the topic photosynthesis. And then, of course, there are some extensions also which are given, which means that there are certain extra ideas for teachers to use this lesson plan when they have finished teaching their students. So you can conduct an experiment to investigate the effects of sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water on photosynthesis. And you can also help your children research different types of plants and see how they photosynthesize. And of course, you can have your students write a poem or a song or a story about photosynthesis. So that's one way of using Bard. How can we can use it for creating interactive lesson plans. Next, we will see how to create a quiz. So we say create a quiz containing 10 questions for grade 4 on photosynthesis. So within few seconds, we will see that Bard will give us 10 questions which are there for grade 4 level. Now, these are very descriptive questions, but if you want these questions to be made in an MCQ format, I can quickly go back to the edit text pen, and then I can say that I need this quiz in MCQ format. And then I can update, and I will see that my question is now turned into an MCQ quiz, and 10 MCQs would be created specifying the grade level and the subject, which is science, in that the topic is photosynthesis. So based on that, all the questions are formed depending upon how many questions I've asked. And then finally, the answers are also there. So this is how we can create quiz in Google Bard. Then the third way in which we can use Bard is for making assignments. So create a worksheet on photosynthesis for grade 4. So now this is my revision exercise, or it can be my test for my students, or it can just be an in-class worksheet which can be there. So again, worksheet is created in which there are certain questions as per grade 4 level and with their answers, so that we can easily teach photosynthesis in a more creative manner. And there are certain kind of additional activities also added, like you can tell your students to draw a diagram of chloroplast and label the parts involved in photosynthesis, or you can customize based on your questions that you have in your mind and keep asking and talking to Bard, and then Bard would respond to you as per your needs. Another way in which we can use Bard is to now create the content in the form of a table and import that table in Google Sheets and customize it as per our needs. So, based on that, we can give a prompt in a more detailed manner with all the captions of the table. Like, for example, I can say that write a scheme of work for grade 5 lessons on the topic of place value in maths and display the outcome as a table. And for each lesson, include the following: starter activity, main concepts, key terms, activity, and homework. So now I am being very specific as to what kind of output do I expect from BARD. Based on that, we have the result which is given by Bard in terms of a table, which is purely telling me the starter activity, which involves the main concepts, the key terms, the activity, and also the homework. So if my topic is, say, comparing numbers, my main concept is how I'm comparing the numbers up to 1000. The key terms would be greater than, less than, equal to. The activity can be number comparison game. And the homework is that now students have to compare two numbers and explain why one is greater than the other. So that's how we have a lot of ideas which are there given by Bard, which is giving me as per the result that I expected in a proper tabular format. Next, we learn about Magicschool.ai. For that, we type it in the URL Magicschool.ai and come to this homepage. If you are a first time visitor, then click on sign up free for teachers. If you are already signed up, then you can go to login and come to this page where you will find all the magic tools which are there, which you can explore one by one. So I will be demonstrating few tools to have some idea about how we can use these magic tools in our day-to-day teaching and learning. So let's scroll down all the different kinds of magic tools and let's explore about multiple choice quiz generator, which is text based. So I can click on the grade level. Suppose I click on the second grade level and I want only 5 questions and I want the topic which is, say, addition of fractions. And then I click on generate. So for grade 2 level, questions will come up in MCQ format with the answer key. So that is how we can do addition of fractions for second grade. If I'm teaching, say, fourth grade, and I again want to do it for addition of fractions and I generate, I'll get another set of 5 questions which are as per grade 4 level. So depending upon what grade level we are teaching, we can create MCQs within few seconds on any topic of our choice with answer key. Now when I click on choose tool, I go back to the main page and on that now I explore second magic tool, which is, say, make it relevant. So when I click on make it relevant and select the grade level, suppose I select grade 4 and then I need to write what you're teaching. So suppose my topic that I'm teaching in my classroom is that of photosynthesis. So when I click on that, and I need to describe my students. So are my students very creative? Are my students very serious? Or are my students like who are very curious? Are my students more and more of exploration based, or are my students the ones who really enjoy humor? Based on that, I will describe about my students. Suppose my students are very curious learners. So I just write that, and based on that I click on generate. So I will have different kinds of ideas which are inculcating curiosity among my learners. So here, all these ideas would come up. So suppose I have these ideas in terms of the green energy challenge, the oxygen factory, plant superheroes. Based on that, I can read all these ideas and incorporate that while teaching photosynthesis, where I can inculcate curiosity. What if I say that I really want my students to enjoy these lessons by adding some kind of fun element? So I can just write enjoy humor and click generate. And then I will come up to different kinds of ideas like a rap battle or a puppet show or a comic strip challenge. All these are different kinds of ideas which can be helpful for a junior school teacher to teach photosynthesis in a very fun and enjoyable manner. Then I can click on choose tool and I can go and explore another magic tool. So suppose I want to click on math story word problems. If I click on math story word problems, I again click on the grade level. Suppose I'm teaching grade 5, and then I want to create, say, 5 questions, and I say, what is the math topic? Because it's a math story word problem, so the topic has to be accordingly. Suppose I'm teaching my students fractions. While teaching fractions, now the story topic, basically I'm creating problems which are based on some kind of a interesting element. Suppose I'm teaching fractions, but I want to use the story problem in the form of, say, footballs. I do that and I click generate. So I will get 5 questions which are in the word problem containing footballs. So you have football field is divided into 8 equal sections for practice drills. Coach Thompson wants to set up cones in 3 by 8 of the field. For a specific drill, how many sections will he need to use? So if I want to, say, create some story word problems based on, say, anything which is, say, water bottle, I can generate that. So all my word problems would be in terms of water bottles, with the answers also given there. So that's another one. Then I go back, choose tools. Next we go on to the another magic tool, which is, say, vocabulary list, topic based. So if I click on, say, grade 1, and I want 5 words associated with, say, my topic which I'm teaching. Suppose my topic is that of pronouns, and I click generate. Then I'll get all the different kinds of vocabulary words which are related with pronouns. So pronoun, personal pronouns, subject pronouns, object pronouns, possessive pronouns. If we feel that we want to raise it to grade 4 level, then we can again click generate, and then we will find that it's even more elaborate with different kinds of examples which are added to understand these different kinds of pronouns. So even the reflexive pronoun has been added, which is in the 4th grade. So based on that, we can have vocabulary list. So suppose if I move on to, say, a topic which is photosynthesis again. So it's based on science, and if I click on generate, then all the words that are related to photosynthesis will come. So photosynthesis, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, oxygen, glucose. And if I want to again level up and go to grade 5, and if I click on generate, then I will see that the answers are more elaborate. It would have even more difficult vocabulary words, including, say, chloroplast. So based on that, I can increase the number of words also and keep generating as many different kinds of vocabulary lists and enjoy the work done in few seconds. Another important tool which is important for us as a teacher is EOY student comments. So when we click on that, select the grade and write the name of the student, say Abhishek. Write the areas of strength. So child is regular, hardworking, curious, and areas of growth can be more practice in math, need to be more attentive and participative, and I click on generate. So now we can see that all the characteristics that I've written would be there in my profile, and my profile is created. Now, the third and the last thing that we will learn for today is that of how to animate your voice using Adobe Express. So on Google, I will just type Adobe Express, animate your voice, and I have this link which I need to click, and I come to the home page. If it asks you to sign up or to create an account, you can do that and enter into Adobe Express. Click on Make Your Animation. It will take you to the page where there is a choice of character. There is a choice of background and also the size. So character will give you options. Which kind of characters do you want on your slides, which are speaking, animated characters? So it can be a human, it can be creatures, food, different interesting creatures that you can use in your lessons, or it can be certain kind of emojis. Emojis are speaking dialogues, and you can change the background as per your choice. And when you click on size, it will tell us whether you want to use this for Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or what. So suppose I just want to use it for YouTube, which is in landscape format, and I choose the background, which could be anything interesting here. I can choose any background of my choice, and I can also upload image and use the background of my choice. I can go to characters and choose humans, and then I start giving life to this character by adding my voice. So let's go to Lucy and let's start, teaching our students wherein Lucy is speaking. So, so let's figure out what kind of dialogues Lucy should speak. So for that, I go to Bard and I give a prompt. Give an introduction for teaching pronouns for grade 4 students. So that means now Lucy will be a teacher teaching pronouns. So let's figure out how to have this animated character coming up. All right, so that's the script ready for me for grade 4. So wherein I'll now give these dialogues for Lucy. So how I will do that? I'll go back to animate your voice, come to that page where I selected the background and the character of Lucy, and I click on record. Then I start reading my script. Today, we are going to be learning about pronouns. Pronouns are words that take the place of nouns. They can be used to avoid repeating nouns, and they can also be used to add emphasis or clarity to our writing. There are many different types of pronouns, but we are going to focus on the following. The first one is personal pronouns. These pronouns refer to people or things. Some examples of personal pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. After that, after I've spoken, I can say done. And within few seconds, my animated video is ready, wherein I can wherein I have a character explaining about pronouns. Imagine the power of AI, which is computing lip sync. That means whatever dialogues I've said is exactly going to be lip synced with the character Lucy. Ensure that when you're recording your voice, you have a microphone and you can insert it in your laptop, and without any noise around you, you can record your voice using Adobe Express Animate Your Voice. So within few seconds, we will see that how we can create an animated video with any kind of content, and you can insert these videos in your slides, wherein whatever is written on the slides can be read by the character like this. So it would be more fun watching dynamic slides rather than static ones. Now see how it works. Let me click and see how Lucy speaks and teaches pronouns. Then I start reading my script. Today, we are going to be learning about pronouns. So the initial portion I don't want, so I can trim it also. I can trim it and I can start my video from here. Today, we are going to be learning about pronouns. Pronouns are words that take the place of nouns. They can be used to avoid repeating nouns, and they can also be used to add emphasis or clarity to our writing. There are many different types of pronouns, but we are going to focus on the following. The first one is personal pronouns. These pronouns refer to people or things. Some examples of personal pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. So that's it. I can trim this further and I can click on download, and my video is ready in MP4 format, which I can drag it to a slide where I've written all these points. So let's open up one Google Slides. I click on Google Slide. I go to the plus button. I click on Drive and take my video in Drive. So once my video is uploaded on Google Drive, I've come back to my slides and I say Insert, go to Video, go to Google Drive, click on Recent, and see the video which was just uploaded over there, Lucy's video. I click on that and the video comes up on my slide. So when I click on slideshow, this is how it looks. Today, we are going to be learning about pronouns. Pronouns are words that take the place of nouns. They can be used to avoid repeating nouns, and they can also be used to add emphasis or clarity to our writing. There are many different types of pronouns, but we are going to focus on the following. The first one is personal pronouns. These pronouns refer to people or things. Some examples of personal pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. So this is how you can create your lessons which have animated characters. You can keep exploring different characters, different backgrounds, and then you will see that you can click on back to editing and you can have different kinds of characters, backgrounds, and you can put that into your slides and make it more dynamic.